licensing reimagined.
Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running. Cataracts under my eyes from hustling. Going from buying to selling to customers. Run up the business, God is my witness. Turn up the sun up from under the sun that we maxing our limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving the mission, they say that I'm tripping. I've been told I need a vacation, I'm finessing a visit.
Oh, what is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my last look for UFC Des Moines. We have Cory Sandhagen going against Deiveson Figueiredo. Of course, we usually do best bet. Was not able to get anybody on today, so decided to just do a last look video, right? Like go through some of the odds, give some final thoughts, talk about some line movement. We've had some very interesting line movement throughout the week and interesting line movement throughout the day even. So, and just wanted to kind of chop it up with the chat, see what's up, and get ready for some fights tonight, which, by the way, these fights are starting like late. Like, what are they doing? Like 7 o'clock. Like, some people have kids. Some people have kids and they're starting the card at 7 o'clock Eastern time. I mean, it makes no sense to me. So, but yeah, we got fights coming up in about an hour and 43 minutes. And yeah, feeling good about this card, hoping there's no shenanigans. Hopefully nobody throws the fight. Hopefully there's nobody on this card that's a fan of boats and hoes. And hopefully everybody goes out there and tries their best is all I want. Just go out there, give it your all is all I want. Don't go out there and pull a Michelle Pereira. But yeah, guys, what is up? If you guys could like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got a big card coming up next week, UFC 315 in Canada. Was able to tape 4 or 5 fights last night. And yeah, it's a great card. Joel Alvarez, Benoit Saint Denis, Manon Fiorot, Valentina Shevchenko, of course, Bilal, Jack Della Maddalena. Some really good fights. We got my girl Jessica Andrade next week taking on Jasmine Jasdavicius. So yeah, next week's gonna be awesome. But looking forward to this card as well. What is up, everybody? Let's see who is the first one in the chat. It is Steven. What is up, Steven? Saying it's time. Good to see you in here. We got Mike D saying City, Tate, Jackson, Bakaev, Nickel, Sandhagen, Peterson, Robertson. I'm liking them all. I'm liking them. I'm liking all of them right there. We got Elijah 1 in the building. Ola Seniors. What is up, Elijah 1? We got Gold Caps putting 5 on the Mike D parlay. We got Roger in the building. What is up? I'm gambling on shaky leg Miller. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that Miller pet. Like, I'm actually looking forward to that. Usually I'll joke around and say, "Oh, I'm not gonna go watch him. I'm gonna go mow the lawn." I'm actually really looking forward to the Miller Petravic fight. I think it's going to be a fun one. We got Justy Q. Say, let's go heading over to the Wells Fargo Arena now. Good luck, homies. Good luck to you, Justy. Enjoy the fights. I think it's gonna be a very fun card. Very fun card. We got Waldo saying, I put 10 units on this video, getting over 100 likes. Don't let me down, guy. Yeah, don't let Waldo down. I mean, that's a lot of units. A lot of units. We got picks and balances. Come on. Good to see you in here. Juliana Miller, round 1 is a lock. What is up, Barry McCockiner? Late as all. No, I was actually on time. I was actually on time today. I agree with Will here. Early as always. Early. We got the Jackson Sandhagen parlay. I like it. I'm on it. I like it. I hope his debt issues aren't affecting his punctuality. What is up? Fromage Frog thinks I'm in debt for some reason. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. What's up, Brady? What is up? Beat the bookies. Colton G. I haven't seen Colton G. I wonder if Colton G is like in prison. He seemed like a very unhinged individual. Maybe he's in prison right now as we speak. Dude kind of seemed a little bit off the rails, saying he wants to pipe me and he wants his homies to pipe me, and he's probably in prison for a very long time. But just a guess. I mean, if Colton G, if you're watching, please let me know. I haven't seen you in a while. We got the Bookie Man fight starts late because Dana needs to watch his horse bet. Potentially. Yeah, apparently we got some horses going today. I didn't look into it. I'm not going to watch, but got some horses going on nonetheless. We got my guy Uncle Wheezy in the building. What's up, Brady? Let's cash all the bets tonight. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Let's cash some bets. Like I said, hopefully there's nobody on this card that's a fan. Like, is Misha Tate a fan of yachts? Is Misha Tate a fan of hoes? Because if Miesha Tate is a fan of yachts or hoes, it could be some trouble tonight. Because I do like me some Miesha Tate. We got Barry McCockiner with the 99-cent dono. Appreciate you, Barry. Appreciate you, Barry. We got Forrest saying smash the like button. Freeloaders, appreciate you, Forrest. Good to see you in here. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll rip my bong. There you go. There you go. We got Jay. We got dude. SD Dumas got arrested for the 15th time for a lot of, I can't even remember all the charge. I mean, it was like I don't know, like burglary. Wasn't it like an assault with a weapon, like just a bunch of charges. And I kid you not, when that was posted, that news was released, I had like 10 people DM me between Twitter and Instagram. I had people tagging me. Like, why are you tagging me in that? Is it because I said this Dumas was a great guy, a great citizen, a guy that, you know, if you had a daughter, you'd want your daughter to date a guy like Dumas, like a role model. But yeah, I had like a ton of people tagging me in that. Get some help, SD Dumas. Hey, Brady, who do you think Topuria is fighting June 28th? Is that confirmed? I don't know. I don't know. There's so much fake news nowadays on Twitter. It's like, I don't know what's real and what's not. Like every time I log on Twitter, there's fake news sitting there. So I don't know, but I'm hoping. I think that'd be pretty cool. Petravic has a permanent seat on my face. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Colton G might be cellmate. Yeah, Colton G might be cellmates with Dumas. It wouldn't put it past me. We got the Nate Maness. Hopefully Nate Maness is doing well. We got to get him back in the UFC. I mean, Nate Maness probably shouldn't have been cut. Let's get Nate Maness back in the UFC. Hey, Brady, did you happen to catch the fights in the bathrooms at UFC Miami? I did not know there were fights in the bathrooms at UFC Miami. Not in the bathroom I went into, but if so, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy if true. We got Andy. Good to see you. Afternoon. Dumas. Daily reminder, Michel Pereira is a Brazilian William Knight. He did pull a William Knight. We got my guy, Derek Blaylock, 5280 with the 999. Appreciate you, Derek, saying, hell yeah, Brady. Let's get some money. Let's do it, dude. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to my guy, Derek. Appreciate you, man. Michel Pereira will never be mentioned again. He'll probably be mentioned a lot. I actually came up with a Michel Pereira rap and did it on Stat Diggers, just about his boats and his hoes. I mean, Michel Pereira's living life right now. Made a ton of money with that Abus decision bet last week. Who's getting piped? I think there's a couple pipings for sure. I think there's a couple finishes coming our way. So yeah, looking forward to it. All right, guys. I say we get into it. Just like I said, just gonna do like a last look. We'll talk with the chat and we'll see if we can find some spots that stick out. We'll talk some line movement and we'll see what's going on here. All right, so first fight of the card is Ivana Petravic going against Juliana Killer Miller. And by the way, somebody got mad at me because throughout the week, every time I've said Juliana Miller, I've added Killer in there. And if you guys know me, I'm saying Juliana Killer Miller very ironically. Like it's hilarious. Like she's calling herself a killer and she's like 3-3. So but yeah, Juliana Killer Miller going against Ivana Petravic. And this is a close fight. Like, I know everybody thinks Miller sucks, and, maybe she does. But, this is a close fight. I actually bet on Luana Carolina against Ivana Petravic. Luana Carolina against Ivana Petravic. And that was probably one of the most disgusting bets I've ever made. And it was greasy. But, Carolina ended up winning the fight. But that just goes to tell you, like, what I kind of think of Ivana Petravic. So I get that Petravic should be favored here, right? Like, if this fight goes 15 minutes, we could see Petravic having the better striking. And not to say Petravic is a good striker. Petravic was actually getting outlanded at distance by my girl Liang Na, but it's just Juliana Miller's the worst striker in UFC history, right? So you got to favor Petravic in the striking, and then you also could see Petravic getting takedowns, ending up on top. And Miller's one of those fighters that is submission over position. She will go for subs, offer back, and ultimately lose minutes, right? But this is what I would consider a low-level MMA fight, right? And what happens in low-level MMA fights? We haven't seen it in a while, but the answer to that is arm bar from guard. I think an arm bar from guard is very live here. Like Miller, I went back and watched the Hardy fight, and it was a bad look. She was like minus 350, but she was on her back. Anytime she was on her back in that fight, she was throwing up submissions nonstop. She's very active from her back, black belt in BJJ, and a very good grappler. You look at some of her grappling competition, like she's going out there and grappling against very good fighters and winning a lot of those grappling matches, right? So, yeah, I think Miller's going to have some opportunities here. And I know a lot of people taking a shot on like the Miller sub, and the Miller sub opened up at like plus 900. But yeah, I think it's live. I think it's one of those bets where it's like, will it hit? Maybe, but at the very least, she's going to attempt a couple submissions here. And it wouldn't shock me if, Miller got like an armbar from guard. And if Miller gets on top of Petravic, like, this fight could potentially be over shortly after. So I don't get this line. I don't get who's laying minus 240 on Petravic here. I think Miller's a very, very live dog, as ugly as it seems. I think the Miller finish only is a pretty solid look, because I don't think Petravic is finishing Miller. I know Miller got finished by Santos, but Petravic, her striking's just not great. And I don't think she's going to submit Juliana Miller either. I think if there's a finish, it's on the Miller side, and I kind of think Miller's borderline finish or bust. I'd be kind of surprised if Miller won a 15-minute decision. She's never won a decision in her career. So I think the Miller finish only, which is sitting around plus 150, is a pretty solid look. And I also think, Miller by submission, Miller inside the distance are plays that are going to have some opportunities here. So yeah, definitely a dog or pass fight to kick off the card. And I don't know if you guys have seen Juliana Miller. She's wearing that what is it, the Jason mask? Anyway, it's a great picture. You should go check it out. See if I can find it. But it's a sick picture, man. She's coming in here ready to go, and I think she has an opportunity here. And by the way, I don't know if anybody saw my my latest Twitter post. I was unfortunately hacked. I was unfortunately hacked on Twitter, and somebody posted this. Pull this up. Somebody posted this. So I just want to come on here and clarify that this was not me that posted this. And when did these jackasses post this? They posted this last night at 12:37 a.m. And they said, okay, hear me out. And they posted a picture of Jessica Andrade. I just want to clarify, I did not post that. And yeah. So just wanted to put that, just wanted to set the record straight, right? Like, I don't want people thinking, I want to set the record straight. But that was not me. Okay, let's get that off of there. All right, what are you guys liking in this fight? What are you guys liking for the first fight of the night? Let's see. Yeah, we'll talk about the Smotherman fight. I don't think he gets the knockout personally, but we'll see. They arrested Dumas, but Jason Herzog's still walking free. Move, fighter, move. Remember that? Oh, poor Anthony Smith, man. Dude was like getting crushed by elbows. Took like 40 too many. Shout out Jason Herzog. We got the boats and hose, yes sir. Chase with the lotto of the day. Robertson sub plus the Bolanos fight doesn't go to decision. Plus Jones TKO rounds 1 or 2. Yeah, it could be live. I like that Bolanos fight doesn't go to decision. The Robertson sub could be kind of tough because Rodriguez really doesn't get subbed, but we could potentially see it here. And then, yeah, I think Jones is very live to finish. 38-year-old Stevens. She said in an interview that once Ivana feels her power on the feet, she'll be the one wanting to grapple. Well, I mean, this will be a grappling match, right? Like this fight is going to be a fight that takes place on the ground, but I don't think Ivana's scared of Miller's power at all. Good matchup for Miller. We'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, I think she has more power. Miller is the worst female fighter on the roster. Tell that to Chelsea Chandler. Tell that to one Chelsea Chandler. But Miller's probably second. Uncle Weezy, I don't know who did it, man. It was somebody. Somebody did it. I mean, I agree with Mike. I mean, the hacking is getting out of control. We need to stop these hackers. They're sick. They're posting sick stuff, trying to ruin my image. Posting something sick. Like who in their right mind would post something as sick? It could be Lucasoli. It could be Lucasoli. And yeah, of course, that was not me. Oh yes, had to address it. Had to address it. Oh, excuse me. Bathroom. I wouldn't bathroom break during this. Like this fight's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun fight. It's gonna be a very fun fight. Miller doesn't belong in the UFC. I would tend to agree. I mean, she's 3-3. Misha Tate to milk Yana Santos. I could see it. Andrade physical. Oh, we'll talk much more about Andrade next week. All right, guys, let's move on to the next fight. It is Thomas the Train Peterson going against Dontel Mays. And I'm kind of surprised at the line movement. Like, there's some interesting line movement this week. This is one of them. This is one of the first fights I looked into. And it's like, Peterson was like minus 225, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't think this line's going to move. Like, I don't think anybody's going to lay minus 225 on Thomas Peterson. And money came in on him. Thomas Peterson's minus 300. So was not really expecting that. I did want to see the scales for this one. Dontel Mays showed up in his last fight against Walter Walker, and he was in the worst shape of his career. Had to cut down to 266 and just looked very bad. Just looked like he didn't care. It looked like he didn't want to be there. And I wanted to see him on the scale for this fight. And yeah, it looked like for this fight, Dontel Mays actually put in somewhat of an effort, right? So, but yeah, with that said, still, I do like Thomas Peterson here. It's kind of hard. Oh, it's really hard, to lay minus 300 on Thomas Peterson. But I think Thomas Peterson's just a lot better than he's shown thus far in the UFC. Like the Pogues fight, like Pogues has a wrestling background. He's hard to take down, hard to hold down. And yeah, Peterson did struggle to take him down. But Peterson did get him down in the first round. And once he got on top, we saw how good Thomas Peterson is. It looked like he was about to TKO Pogues, had him flattened out, was pounding away. Had there been more time on the clock in that first round, might even got a finish late in that first, right? But was not able to get takedowns in rounds 2 or rounds 3. Was not able to get takedowns against Muhammad Usman. Was not able to get takedowns against Gaziv and got knocked out. So if Thomas Peterson is not getting takedowns in this fight, in any fight, it's not going to look good. And if he's not getting takedowns in this fight, he's not going to look anywhere near minus 300. But he's going against Dontel Mays. And Dontel Mays just can't stuff a takedown. I mean, oh my gosh. Went back and watched that Walter Walker fight. And Walker, he's not as bad as I originally thought. But Walker went for a take. He got it so easily. Like he got it so easily. And once he got on top, the fight was over shortly after. He went for that heel hook. It was just a really bad look. Dontel Mays has been heel hooked twice in the UFC. It's like, that's unheard of. Alan Crowder TKO'd Dontel Mays back in the day. So, yeah, I feel like Thomas Peterson, unlike in the Usman, Gaziv, and Pogues fights, he will get takedowns here. And once he gets on top, he's nasty. Good ground and pound, able to get into dominant positions. And if he gets Mays in some bad positions, it wouldn't shock me if Mays kind of looked for the door here. Mays kind of looked for the way out, and Peterson found a finish. So, yeah, I think Peterson's live. I think it would more so be like a TKO, but I don't know. Mays, we could see him get submitted here potentially. But, yeah, Peterson's more of like a TKO type guy, like ground and pound. I know he submitted Chandler Cole with a key lock on the Contenders, but that was his only sub. Kind of leaning more so like ground and pound win for Thomas Peterson here. But it's going to be interesting. Like if Peterson's not able to get takedowns, and this could be like a good live bet spot. Like if Peterson's not getting takedowns at that point, Mays is probably live to win the fight, but I just really struggle to see him not getting takedowns in this fight. I think it had to be something would really have to go wrong for him not to be able to get down Dontel Mays. So yeah, Peterson, and I think Peterson's live to dominate here. Mays by KO has to win impressively or he's unemployed. Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, with that said, though, I mean, Thomas Peterson is coming back a little bit too quickly after getting knocked out by Gaziev, so maybe the chin could be in question. I don't know. It's just hard for me to, pick Dontel Mays to win a fight, let alone finish. But he did finish Andrei Arlovsky. What about Petro plus 250 for a sub KO double method? I would get that decision there somehow. I think if she win it, it's by decision, man. But it could be maybe like a TKO. I would do like KO or decision, I think. I don't think she's submitting Juliana Miller. I mean, Miller is a very high-level grappler. That's the one thing she's good at. Thomas IT, yeah, I think Thomas ITD, it's in play. If Peterson doesn't get 7 minutes of control time, he's screwed. Yeah, if he doesn't get the fight down to the ground, I agree. I don't think he's like screwed. Like Dontel Mays is not somebody you should really be terrified of, but it wouldn't be ideal. Max bet Dontel, he's due for a win. Don't do that. Don't do that. Thomas KO2. 90% of my DK lineups have Peterson. Ooh, it's tough to be that reliant on such a low level fight, but it could pay off, man. I think he's very live to score very well. Nothing really changed post weigh-ins at all. Everybody made weight. Everybody showed up. Everybody looked. Really, the only weigh-ins I wanted to see was Dontel Mays. Other than that, as far as I'm concerned, everybody looked fine. I mean, Miller looked rough, but she always looks rough. Montel looked a little rough, but he cuts a ton of weight. He always looks a little rough. I think Ponzi was the last one to weigh in. He looked fine. So yeah, nothing. Oh, De Ritter probably looked the worst out of anybody, I thought. But this dude cuts a ton of weight. Used to fight at light heavyweight. So, but yeah, other than that, not a ton stuck out at weigh-ins. We got Iceland Farts. Made it good to see you, Iceland Farts. Do we like any cheap guys for DFS? A tough week to build lineups. It's a tough week for cheap guys. I like Deiveson Figueiredo as like a cash game play. I don't think he wins, but I do feel like he can potentially go 25 minutes. I feel like he could potentially mix in some takedowns. So from a cash game standpoint, I like Deiveson, but outside of that, I mean, it's rough down there. You got Mays down there, Marina Rodriguez. I guess Loder at 6,900 could be interesting, and then Juliana Miller at 74 could be interesting. Those are probably my favorite two, but even those, it's like, it's tough. It's a tough week. Peterson, yeah, Peterson is the official Stat Diggers milking of the week. Let's see if I have the banner still from Sunday. Oh, no, he's not the milking. He's the piping. The piping of the week. Shout out to Colton G. The piping of the week is Thomas the Train Peterson to pipe Dontel Lord Kong Mays on site. So Peterson's actually the piping, not the milking. Very interesting. So we'll see how that works out. Oh, it's a lot of milk. It's a lot of milk for sure. Any chance Peterson likes? Yeah, and that's something we got to take into account now, right? Like you got to go check the Instagrams. Are these guys out there on yachts? Are these guys out there hanging out with hoes like Michelle Pereira? It's something you have to take into account. But I can assure you guys that Thomas Peterson is not out there on yachts. He's not out there hanging with a bunch of hoes. He's a loyal man. I believe he has either a wife or a girl. He's a loyal man, and I don't think he's going to go out there and throw the fight here. So that's good. All right. I say we get into the next fight, and it is going to be Gaston Bolanos going against Kwong Lee. This is actually a fight that I think is probably like one of the better fights on the prelims from like an entertainment standpoint. I think this fight's going to be a lot of fun. So it's a tough one. I know a lot of people are on Kwong Lee. And the reason being is because he has some paths. Like Kwong Lee, although he is low volume, he does hit very hard. And then Kwong Lee, although he didn't wrestle as much as I'd like to see, I watched every single Kwong Lee fight that I could find. I didn't see a ton of wrestling, but what I did see though, like if the fight hits the mat, he's a pretty good grappler, very opportunistic with the submissions, pretty slick on the mat. So if Kwong Lee fights smart, I think the smart game plan would to be get the fight down to the ground, because we've seen Gaston Bolanos taken down. We've seen him controlled, and he's been subbed a couple times in his past. But if these guys do go out there and strike, I feel like Gaston Bolanos has a lot more volume. I feel like Gaston Bolanos is just a better striker in general. But yeah, I kind of like violence in this one. There's not a ton of totals I like on this card at all. I think a lot of these fights, if there's going to be a finish, it's more often than not on one side. But this is a fight where I could see a couple paths for a finish. Like Bolanos, this dude has power. I could see Bolanos knocking out Kwong Lee. Like if you're getting knocked out by Long Zhao, I think Bolanos could potentially knock you out. And on the flip side, I really question the durability of Bolanos. Bolanos is getting hurt in a ton of fights. He even got dropped by Cortavius Romeus, which is not a good look. And Kwong Lee, the nickname is Bang, and the nickname's Bang for a reason. This guy can bang, he can hit hard. So I think a knockout on either side wouldn't shock me. And then Kwong Lee also has a potential path of getting the fight down to the ground and finding a submission. I was kind of surprised to see the Kwong Lee submission prop so big, plus 700, plus 850 for the submission prop. Like if he grapples here, if he willingly goes out there, gets the fight down to the ground, I think a Kwong Lee sub could be in play. But I don't mind fight doesn't go the under at plus money. It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. I'm not a big fan of either of these guys. Like I don't feel like either of these guys have a huge ceiling at all. I could see both these guys being cut within like the next year. So, but yeah, I kind of lean Bolanos, but I'm fully aware that if Kwong Lee comes out here with the right game plan, like Kwong Lee could be a phenomenal underdog bet. And that's probably why a lot of money is coming in on Kwong Lee throughout the week. So we'll see. Really good fight, though. I'm really looking forward to this fight. It's a dark day when Peterson is the piping. Yeah, you're telling me, man. You're telling me. I'm new here. What is piping and what is a milking? So a piping is, for example, let's go back to last week. We'll give you guys a recent example. So a piping, we'll go back to the Gary Prochas card. So a piping is, you guys remember the Zhang Mingyong Anthony Smith fight? That was a piping. That fight, in hindsight, shouldn't have been sanctioned. Zhang Mingyong was landing elbows. He got on top, landed more elbows, and Jason Herzog said, "Move, fighter, while Anthony Smith was dying. And it was a brutal piping in the first round. So that is a piping. Ikram Alaskarov, he piped Andre Muniz. He piped him in the first round. Herzog was reffing that one as well. Herzog stopped the fight. And then a milking is kind of like you take him down, you grab him by the teats, and you squeeze the teats. You get all the milk out, and there's just a puddle of milk laying on the canvas. Like the first ever milking of the week was Carlos Leal to milk Alex Morono. And although he didn't take him down to the ground, he didn't really need to take him down to the ground to milk him. He milked him standing. It was the first standing milking we've ever seen in the UFC. But yeah, last week, the milking of the week was Jacqueline Amarim to milk Polyana Viana, and she did just that. She took her down, she grabbed her by the teats, and she drained her for all the milk she had. So that's kind of the difference between the milking and the piping there. 12 a.m. Oh boy, geez. Don't forget the peg. There will be no pegging of the week. There will be no pegging of the week, unless somebody wants to sponsor. If somebody wants to sponsor the pegging of the week, hey, I'm open to sponsorship. If somebody wants to sponsor a pegging of the week, we'll do a pegging of the week. We'll do a pegging of the if somebody wants to sponsor it. But outside of that, no, we're not doing a pegging of the week. Milking is when you just give the low, slow pipes more. All yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah, Mikhail Olazechuk piped poor Esti Numas on site in the first, and that was a piping. That was absolutely a piping. Oh boy. Oh boy. Brady and I are always willing to work with potential sponsors for Stat Diggers. Yeah, let me know. Hit me up. My DMs are open. If somebody wants to sponsor a pegging of the week, we will get a pegging of the week. We got you guys. My girl is listening in the background. It looks disgusted. Oh, God. Michelle pipes my bet online. Yeah, Michelle piped everybody's account last week, but Michelle's eating good. He's probably at the steakhouse right now with his buddies eating good. Is Molina's ban lifted? I'm not sure. All right. Let's move on to the next fight. It is Jillian Robertson going against Marina Rodriguez. We got Jillian Robertson minus 250, Marina Rodriguez plus 210. And yeah, I mean, Jillian is a decent sized favorite, but I kind of feel like it's warranted. Like the thing about this fight is Marina Rodriguez, she's 38 years old. So it's not like she's going to go out there and make any improvements whatsoever. And you watch her fights and it's like she has a huge gaping hole in her game. And that gaping hole is just the ground game. Like her takedown defense is okay. But once she gets taken down, like that's the round. Once she gets taken down, the round's over. And Rodriguez does the whole fight to survive thing, which is the most annoying thing ever. You know, fighters get taken down, right? And instead of trying to get back up, you may be giving up a bad position, but trying to get back up. Instead of that, she'll be very defensively sound on the mat. She'll avoid all the submissions, but she'll lose minutes. She'll lose minutes just laying off her back, and I hate that. Like, remember the Grant Dawson Joe Selecki fight? Grant Dawson took down Joe Selecki, and instead of Joe Selecki trying to get back up, or he just kind of laid there, you know, getting a moral victory of not getting finished. And that's what Rodriguez does. She tries her damnedest to not get submitted. She didn't get subbed by Dern. She didn't get subbed by Jandaroba. And that's great, but geez, like get up, Marina. Get up. For the love of God. So that's kind of what I see happening here. I think Jillian Robertson's going to get takedowns, and one takedown, the round's over. I just have no faith in Marina Rodriguez getting back up. On the feet, yeah, you favor Rodriguez and you favor her by a mile, but if she can't stuff a takedown, then why is it going to matter? It's not. So I like Robertson here. And so the thing about this fight is I kind of think Robertson by decision is most likely. I know people are thinking the sub, but like I just said, like Rodriguez, she has great sub defense, very good sub defense, very hard to submit. And yeah, we've seen her go against very good grapplers. We've seen her go against grapplers that are more dangerous than Jillian Robertson. So I kind of think that a Robertson decision's most likely, but I also feel like a Robertson TKO could be in play. And the TKO is around like plus 1,000. And for what it's worth, she did give a prediction for this fight, and she predicted a second round knockout. And I could see it. I think a knockout could potentially even be more live than the sub, just because Rodriguez is very, very tough to submit. So, yeah, Robertson by decision, plus 130 best price. I mean, that's not bad. And then like a little sprinkle on the KO, I think is a solid look. I just don't like this matchup for Marina, to be honest. So we'll see, but I think Robertson gets it done. Let's see. What if you suck the milk down fast like a milk jug? Who would do that? Who would do something like that? Robertson by milking? Yeah, the milking of the week, the Stat Diggers milking of the week is Jillian Robertson to milk Marina Rodriguez slowly but surely there. So yeah, that is the milking of the week. And by the way, the milking of the week that me and Weezy have been doing for the last month and a half, 2 months, it hasn't lost yet. It's undefeated, and I'm not sure this is going to be the first L on the board for that milking of the week. So yeah, the Jillian Robertson to milk Marina Rodriguez slowly, but surely. We got Cody Marm with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Cody. He says Peterson, Robertson, Bakaev, over 2.5 in Santos, Tate, Jackson, and Sandman, plus 379 after a 10% profit. How live is this to hit? Appreciate the thoughts. I like Peterson a lot, but it is a disgusting line. It is a very disgusting line at minus 300. I like Robertson, and I think that line's actually not bad. Bakaev, I'm not a fan of, but I am a fan of him in this matchup. Over 2.5 in the Santos Tate fight. Could get iffy, but I think probably hits. Montel, I like. Cory, I like. I like it. I think it's pretty live. The Amarine Viana 69 move cured my ED. Okay. Let's just get this comment off the board. How do you get the comment off the board? You get the take it off there. Okay, there we go. Plus 1100 TKO seems wide. It's a big number. Those American top team fighters, man. I mean, they've been working on that ground and pound. Like that ground and pound has been looking good. Like the Grant Dawson, he's showing some good GMP. Jillian showing some good GMP. I mean, Jillian TKO'd Viana. Jillian TKO'd Michelle Watterson Gomez. Jason Herzog just for some reason just didn't stop the fight. It was one of the worst beatdowns you'll ever see in the strawweight division, and Herzog just refused to stop it, no matter how much damage Michelle Watterson Gomez was taking. But yeah, that was probably a TKO. Jillian and over 1.5 plus over 2 takedowns is minus 128. Good way to play it. Good little way to play it. Because if she's going to win, she needs takedowns. Simple as that, right? Marina could go to Dagestan for the rest of her life and still suck at wrestling. It's not great. We got Sleuth. What's up, guys? Volkan told me to check the stream out. What's up? Good to see you. Shout out Volkan. Jillian was one-dimensional. Marina beat Lucinda. Marina is a lock. A lock. Oh, gosh. You're not going to be calling her a lock when she's laying on her ass, right? But, yeah, I mean, if she can stuff the takedowns, I think she has a good chance to win the fight. It's just she's got to stuff the takedowns, you know? Trying something new. Opening 3 fights. Parlay. Fight does not go the distance for each. Yay or nay? First 3 fights is Peterson, Mays, Killer Miller, Petravic, and Bolanos, Kwong Lee. I think all 3 have a potential to finish, but I mean, we could obviously see Petravic, win a decision. We could see Mays, Peterson being sloppy and going the distance. I think it could be worth a shot depending on the odds, but yeah, we'll see. Let me get this banner off there. Yeah, shout out Vulcan. Okay. Dude, I saw that. I saw that, man. Sam Alvey. How old is Sam Alvey going out there and jeez. Shout out to Sam Alvey getting it done, dude. That was a nasty knockout. Crazy knockout. All right, guys. Moving on to the next fight. We got Azamat Bakaev going against Ryan Loder. There's 2 fights on this card that I just couldn't be bothered putting any money on, and this is one of them. Has money came in on Loder? Dude, Bakaev was minus 400 like yesterday. Minus 405. Jeez. That was yesterday. He was minus 405 yesterday. Minus 300 now. Loder was as high as plus 340. He's now plus 250. So money pouring in on Ryan Loder here. Very interesting stuff. I don't know. I mean, I will be probably looking to fade Bakaev in the very near future. It's just in this matchup, I don't know. Like, I was not impressed with a lot of these Loder fights. Like, I went and watched, and he's supposed to be some incredible wrestler. There's plenty of fights where he's just not able to take some of these lower level guys down. And I went and watched a lot of fights of Bakaev, and then Bakaev's not really getting taken down. And the very few times I've seen Bakaev taken down, he's popping right back up. And then on the feet, although I don't think Bakaev's the best striker in the world by any means, I favor him on the feet here. So I like Bakaev to win. It is a wide price. Even at like minus 300, I'm not running to the window to lay minus 300 on Azamat Bakaev here. But in terms of a pick, I'll pick him to win. But yeah, I mean, no props are really sticking out because I think Bakaev can win by really any method. Bakaev has a sneaky submission game. Bakaev has a lot of power. We could see a knockout. We could see a sub. We could see a potential decision. Ryan Loder's never been finished. So I just feel like there's a lot of different ways for this fight to play out, and I just don't have a ton of interest in it. But the lean's Bakaev, and even at minus 300, like I still don't have a ton of interest in this fight at all. Loder plus 3.5. I don't mind that. You just have to worry about a potential finish. But yeah, if there's no finish, if this fight goes 15, that plus 3.5 is gonna be looking pretty good. Why is Jeremy Stephens the underdog? I can name a lot of reasons, and I will name those reasons pretty soon. Loder fight is way too wide. Yeah, it was even wider like yesterday, man. I mean, he was minus 410. Now he's minus 300, and maybe it is still a little bit wide. No, I bet on Zach Reese against Azamat Bakaev, which tells you everything you need to know. Zach Reese. So I'm not high on Bakaev at all. Bakaev what? Bumkaev? Yeah, I mean I'm not high on this dude at all. Loder 3 takedowns plus 800. Why is Jeremy Stephens the underdog? Because he's 1-7 in his last MMA fights. Yeah. Good luck, Brady. Good luck, chat. Gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one, man. It's gonna be a fun one. If you liked Reese, you should love Loder. Loder is way better than Reese. Oh, well, Bakaev was taking that Reese fight on very short notice, and Reese is very dangerous. Submission game off his back, ton of power on the feet, much better striker than Loder. I mean, it's not even close. So I kind of disagree there, but hey, best of luck on your Loder bet. I will not be touching this one. All right, moving on to the next fight. It is Miesha Tate going against Yana Santos, and I have my only money line bet of the card. It's Miesha Tate. Got her at minus 135, and the line was kind of staying around there all week. And at one point, Miesha Tate got as low as like minus 125. And I'm like, what's going on? I don't really see many people at all on Yana Santos. And quite frankly, I don't think there's a ton of reasons to like Yana Santos. Like, yes, if this fight stays standing for 15 minutes, Yana Santos is going to look like an incredible bet. But Yana Santos has a 42% takedown defense. Miesha Tate, when she's looking good, she's getting fights down to the ground. She's getting on top. She's a really good ground game. When she's looking bad, it's the fights where she's not able to get her wrestling going. And this is a fight where I just struggle to see Miesha Tate not taking down Santos, right? I mean, how can you not take down somebody with a 42% takedown defense? I mean, Yana Santos is getting taken down by literally everybody, including like fighters like Holly Holm. She's getting taken down by Carol Hoza. She's getting taken down by Mary Renault. I mean, just everybody. So yeah, I think Miesha Tate gets on top here and has a lot of success. The line was kind of freaking me out a little bit. It kind of felt like the Pereira fight last week, where last week I saw literally nobody on a boost, at least very, very little. A lot of people on Pereira. The line didn't move. And now that we know that the fight was fixed and he obviously threw the fight and bet against himself, we know why the line did not move. But this is a fight where I think there's a ton of reasons to like Miesha. So I was kind of wondering why the line's not really moving, but now we are starting to see some steam on the Miesha Tate side. So I like Miesha Tate here, and I think she gets it done. I think she gets on top, and it wouldn't even shock me if she was able to get to a dominant position and potentially find a sub. Like Miesha Tate, she's dangerous. Her last decision win actually comes back in like 2016. It's been like 9 years since she's won a decision. Other than that, she's finishing fights. So I think Miesha Tate potential finish here is in play. We got KL with the $4.99. Appreciate you, KL. We're saying Bo Nickel, Cory Sandhagen, Bakaev, D-Rod, Smotherman, Tate, $300 parlay. See you guys at the bank. You guys heard it here first from KL. Dude, it's a sketchy one. I mean, Smotherman and D-Rod in there. I don't know. Those are the two. Where I don't know. But if those two come through, you're probably looking good, man. Best of luck to you and appreciate the dono. Love Misha here. Santos takedown defense is weak, and she's weak off her back. Yeah, I feel like if Misha gets a takedown, that's probably the round or the fight. Misha will have her back in round 1, and she will finish it. I hope so, man. I mean, it would feel good. It would feel very good. Hopefully, Misha Tate is not a big fan of yachts or living a very luxury lifestyle like a guy like Michelle Pereira. Hopefully, she's not a fan of like steak, and hopefully, Misha Tate goes out there and bets on herself, right? Bets on herself, goes out there, gives it her all, comes in with a great game plan, gives a damn, unlike Michelle Pereira last week, and hopefully she comes out there and takes this fight down to the ground and gets it done. This fight is going to be the most boring fight on the card, and I'm okay with that, because if it's the most boring fight on the card, it probably means that Misha Tate was able to get on top and control Santos. So if it is the most boring fight on the card, I'm okay with that. Will it be the most boring fight on the card? Yeah, probably. It probably will be. It probably will be, but that's fine. That's fine. Hopefully Misha Tate gets milk so we can finally see her OnlyFans. Oh, boy. There are a couple of fighters on this card with an OnlyFans. Juliana Killer Miller does have an OnlyFans. She does very, very good work. If you guys want to go check out Juliana Killer Miller, she does some good work on there. If you guys are a fan of, some wearing like Scream masks and Jason Voorhees masks, and if you're a fan of dildos, I would go check out Juliana Killer Miller's OnlyFans. Again, she does great work. Go check her out. This show is not sponsored by her OnlyFans. It's just when you are a fan of good content, you shout it out, right? And Juliana Killer Miller, she does some good work. See Tate losing, to be honest, I hope not. If she loses, it probably means she just fought a bad game plan. You're a sick man. Yeah. Very, very sick man. Very sick man. Misha Tate has an OnlyFans. I don't think she does. I don't know. I'm not the OnlyFans expert. Usually we have Dixon Sider. He's an OnlyFans expert. I believe he subscribes to all these fighters' OnlyFans, and we typically get like an inside scoop. But I don't think Dixon's here, so no. My Twitter was I did not post that last night. So I was hacked last night. I did not post that. All right, moving on to the next fight. It is Mason Jones going against Jeremy Stephens. Mason Jones minus 665 now. Minus 665. He got as low as minus 800. Jeez, when was that? Yesterday? Yesterday afternoon. Minus 800. But yeah, currently 655. Jeremy Stephens currently plus 490. And sorry, this comment caught me off guard. What? I thought I was a sick man, but listen to Pepe. What? What crazy things would you do? That is sorry, that I'm trying to it's hard to break down fights when you see a comment like this. When you see a comment like this, it just makes you stop and back to the fight. Yeah. If Mason Jones goes out there and strikes with Jeremy Stephens for 15 minutes, this line is dead wrong, right? If he goes out there and swings dicks with Jeremy Stephens, this line is wrong. But if Mason Jones decides, hey, I'm going to use my judo black belt, I'm going to use my BJJ black belt, and I'm going to take this old man down, I think he does look minus 665. I mean, Jeremy Stephens hasn't had an MMA fight in 3 years, and the last time we have seen him in MMA fights, it's just looked bad. When the fight hits the ground, it's looked very bad. Like, I feel like if Mason Jones gets on top, he's probably going to just beat the brakes off him, probably either TKO him or submit him. But yeah, I mean, if they strike, Stephens is a live dog. It's just, if you're Mason Jones and I don't know if some people are saying he got cut or he stepped away from the UFC on his own to go get some more experience. But if you're Mason Jones, you're coming back here, take this guy down, right? So I think Jones inside the distance is very live. I think the under, although the unders, the fight doesn't go to decision, it's got hit throughout the week. It opened at minus 135 for the fight doesn't go. It's now minus 160. The under 2.5 is around minus 130. I think those are solid because if these guys do stand and bang, Jeremy Stevens has a lot of power. But if Mason Jones grapples here, I think he makes it look. I think he does look minus 665. So we'll see. It all comes down to the game plan of one Mason Jones. Let's see. Brady, is this Miesha Tate's retirement fight? I mean, second retirement fight? No, I don't believe so. And heard her interview. It didn't sound like she's retiring. It actually sounded like she's trying to make a title run, which no, but it sounded to me like she's not retiring anytime soon. You're late, Brady. No, I mean, Brian, you're late. You're late. Let's just say it would be the milking of the week. Oh my God! Next week there will be a milking in that Jasmine fight. By the way, there will be a milking. I can see Brady getting on an 8-ball with Andrade and the night ending with some scissoring. Okay. Let's win for Jones easy. Yep, we'll see. We'll see what path he takes, man. All right, I'm gonna get a sip of my beverage after this sick comment right here. This is a sick comment. So I'm gonna take a sip of my beverage here. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good, guys. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. I'm a big fan of energy drinks. Big fan of energy drinks. I don't mind coffee, but I'm kind of sick of coffee. I like energy drinks. I know they're not good for you, but I gotta have caffeine, dude. When you're taping Modestus Bukauskas, like I was up late last night taping Modestus Bukauskas, you bet your ass that I need some caffeine. So yeah, I like energy drinks, and shout out to Dunkin' Donuts. There's a Dunkin' Donuts like 30 seconds from my house. They have these new energy drinks. It's called the Tornado Twist, and it's just like it twists in your mouth. It's very good. It's peach mixed with berry with some sparkling water. So yeah, check it out. If you guys have a Dunkin' near it, go check out. Get your guys self a Tornado Twist. It's very good. Man, this chat is wild. You have the best fans, dog. You should see it on Sunday night. I mean, it gets it's a little bit too wild. I can see Jeremy Stevens winning by devastating KO and then calling out McGregor. Oh boy. And they do. Like I said, if you're taping fights like Modestus Bukauskas, right? You're taping you're watching Yana Santos kick air for 15 minutes, right? You need some energy. You need some energy. Andy with a garage. There you go. Got a garage beer. Minus 800 on Brady having Andrade's OF bookmark. I don't need a bookmark, man. Some dude keeps tagging me in Andrade pictures every single week. I don't know who it is. I think it's like two guys now on Twitter. They tag me in Andrade pictures every single week. I don't know. But let's move on to the next fight. And it is Surrey City going against Cameron Smotherman. We got Surrey City minus 149. Cameron Smotherman plus 129. So, yeah, City was like, minus 130 yesterday. So some money has came in on Surrey City. And this is a very interesting fight because I actually think both these fighters are pretty deep. Like, I'm a big fan of both these fighters. I watched a lot of the Smotherman fights, and I was very impressed with his striking. This guy has very fast hands, love the combinations, good power. I think Smotherman's pretty good. The only two knocks I have on Smotherman, though, is the durability and the takedown defense. Will the takedown defense be something to really worry about here in this matchup? Maybe, probably not a ton, but that's kind of why Jake Hadley was like a minus 400, minus 500 favorite against this guy. And the reason being is you thought, or I thought, and many people thought, Cameron Smotherman can get taken down by a gust of wind. Why wouldn't Jake Hadley, who's a very good grappler, Why wouldn't Jake Hadley take this guy down? And Jake Hadley went out there with a performance so bad, he actually got cut. He got cut after that performance. Did not really try to wrestle Smotherman at all, which was very, very silly. And in this matchup, I think it's going to be a fun fight. I think it's going to be a fun fight, striking fight. I think these guys are going to swing dicks a little bit. And like I said, I went and watched a ton of Smotherman fights. This guy's getting hurt in a ton of fights. He's getting dropped in a ton of fights. 2 knockout losses, both in the first round, both, I think, in the first minute of the first round. So he gets hurt a lot. So, yeah, I think City, slight favorite to me, at least makes sense. Better durability. If there were to be grappling upside, I think City can mix in some takedowns. And if there's a finish, I think it's more likely to come from the City side. City's a very durable guy, whereas Smotherman, I just really question the durability. So, yeah, for me, I think City finish only is a very solid look. It was like a pick 'em earlier in the week. It's now minus 150. I think City inside the distance at plus 275 is decent. City by knockout. You might as well play, if you're going to play a finish prop, play the inside the distance, because the knockout is not much better. And City does have like an opportunistic submission game. So I think City inside the distance is solid. And at minus 150, to be honest, I don't love the City money line, because if this fight does go the distance and Smotherman's durability did hold up, like I do think this kind of has split decision written all over it. But yeah, I think City inside the distance at a big number makes some sense here. What are you guys liking this one here? Does that drink tornado twist your nipples? No, it twists your taste buds, which is better than getting your nipples twisted, in my opinion. Surrey City money line. I was thinking about it. It was climbing down. I mean, at one point it was minus 130. I kind of wanted to see where it would go, and then woke up today and it's like minus 135 best price, minus 140. So yeah. Smotherman. Don't know why I bet Cameron, but I did. Yeah, if his chin holds up, man, I mean, this kid's a good fighter. Very good fighter. Just the durability is the one thing that scares me. Good luck to you as well, Eric. Definitely both. Yeah, both our guys are dangerous. Both guys do have power, but one guy does not have durability. Dixon, what is up, dude? I mean, we needed you here. Appreciate you for showing up late, very late, but we needed some info on some of these OnlyFans. Like Juliana Miller has an OnlyFans, that is confirmed. But some people are saying Misha Tate has an OnlyFans. I don't think so, but let us know, Dixon. Give us some inside information on some of this stuff. It's important. Yeah, it's very bad. I got the City finish only prop. I like that. I like it. Brady, what 3 fights should go over 2.5 rounds? Sandhagen Figgy, I think, goes over 2.5. Man, I think D-Rod Ponzinnibio probably does, but that fight is terrifying. Geez, I don't know. I think Bakaev Loder goes over 2.5, probably, but that's terrifying as well. So if I had to pick 3, it'd be Sandhagen Figgy, D-Rod Ponzinnibio, and then I'll go Jackson Marcos. I know Jackson has power, but if he does finish, I kind of think it's be like late 3rd round. So those would be my 3. Yeah, that's another good one. Marina Jillian over 2.5. Yeah, I like that. Can you unban me from Discord? My name is Carlos3151. I don't ban anybody, so I don't think I banned you. And if I did ban you, if I really did ban you, there had to have been a very, very good reason, because I don't ban anybody unless there's a very, very good reason. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I banned you, but if I did, there was a good reason for it. All right. Let's keep moving on to the next fight. It is Montel Jackson going against Daniel Marcos. And Montel Jackson now minus 240. Daniel Marcos plus 205. I threw Jackson in a parlay with Cory Sandhagen, came out to minus 125. I like Jackson here. I don't know about Marcos. I mean, yes, the record looks really good, 17-0, but a lot of these fights, he's like barely skating by. Like, I don't think he beat Davy Grant, and that's bad. I'm not sure if he beat Adrian Yanez. Like, that fight was very close, and that's not good. Like, what would Montel Jackson do to Adrian Yanez and Davy Grant? I mean, he would probably beat them both in the same night, back to back. So, yeah, the record's good, but I don't know. It's a big step up in competition for Marcos. And then, yes, Marcos is a really good striker, but Montel Jackson defensively is elite. This guy's very hard to hit. Montel Jackson's power is elite. This guy has like 10 or 11 knockdowns in the bantamweight division. It's ridiculous. It's unheard of. And then Montel Jackson has very good wrestling as well. So I think there's a lot of avenues for Jackson to win this fight. And yeah, I think he gets it done. How does he get it done? I'm kind of leaning decision, but it wouldn't shock me if Jackson knocked down Marcos. I mean, the thing about Jackson is he'll knock guys down in pretty much every single fight. Not saying he'll knock out Marcos, but I think he'll at least probably knock him down. So, yeah, Jackson for me, and I think he's a pretty good spot. There has been some money coming in on him, but I like Jackson here. Is Colton G banned? I don't know if I don't know how much he enriched our live. Yeah, Colton G's not banned. Like I said, I think he's in prison. It was one of your mods. I don't have any mods, man. So you're thinking of somebody else. I don't have any mods, dude. You're thinking of something else, man. I think Jackson has taken that 0 from Marco. Yeah, and I think Davy Grant probably should have took it too. I think Davy Grant should have probably took it. All right, we'll keep moving on, guys. By the way, if you guys have not already, be sure to smash the like button, guys. Pipe it up. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow night, 10:15. Me, Uncle Weezy, breaking down UFC 315, which again is an incredible card. I'm really looking forward to next week. Joe Alvarez, Benoit Saint-Denis. Like, how can you not be excited about that fight? How can you? You got to be just a terrible person to not be excited about that. Modestas Bukauskas versus Iwan Kudalaba. Marc-Andre Barrio, Bruno Silva. I mean, next week's going to be awesome. Jung Young Lee, Daniel Santos. It's going to be good. It's going to be good next week. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that it is rumored to be off. I hope it's not off. If that's off, that the card next week, it does take a big hit. I'm hoping that fight is still on. But I did hear that as well. There's a potential rumor. I mean, it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. Hopefully it's not true, but you never know. Moving on to the next fight. Ponzinnibio, Daniel Rodriguez. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm not touching either one of these guys. I mean, if anything, it's a dog or pass. I mean, Ponzinnibio, this guy is 38. Both guys are 38. I think the durability of Ponzinnibio is just completely gone at this point. Like, you watch any of his last 5-6 fights, he's doing the stanky leg all across the cage. He's getting hurt with everything that lands. It's like a bad reaction from Ponzinnibio. Every time something lands, it looks like he's wobbled. It's very bad. But does D-Rod have the power to really take advantage of that? I'm not sure, but maybe. I mean, Morono hurt Ponzi twice in their fight. So, and then on the flip side, you got D-Rod, who just has looked like a complete shell of himself the last 3 years. So it's like, I don't want anything to do with this fight. This fight reminds me of the fight we'll see next week. Next week, we have a very similar situation. Bruno Silva, Marc-Andre Barrio. Bruno Silva literally admitted to not wanting to be in there. He admitted to not wanting to fight. He's 1-6 in his last 7 fights. And then you have Marc-Andre Barrio, who just got knocked out by Dustin Soltzvit. It's like, how can you put money on somebody that admits he doesn't want to fight in Bruno Silva? How can you put money on somebody that got knocked out by Dustin Soltzvit? So it's the same thing here. How can you put money on D-Rod that just looks a complete shell of himself? And then how could you put money on Ponzi at chalk when this dude's durability is completely gone? So, yeah, it's one big stay away. No No prop sticking out. Nothing sticking out. I'm gonna stay far away here. If that's off, my pants are coming off. It better not be off, dude. I mean, you never know. Like, there's so much fake news on Twitter. A lot of fake news on Twitter. So you never know. D-Rod all day, broski. I don't know. I think it's a close fight. And I agree, Lucas. No way Willie Cat shows up on short notice. He doesn't show up on regular notice. I agree. I don't think that fight might happen. But if it does, it's gonna be a banger. Prison tats, tribal tats. If this fight was taking place in a prison, D-Rod would be a minus 500 favorite. D-Rod has over 100 prison fights, and he's never lost. He's never lost a prison fight. Self-proclaimed undefeated. But as far as I'm concerned, this fight will not be taking place in a prison. This fight will be taking place in Des Moines, Iowa, and that's why the line's a lot closer than that. Bruno admitted to not wanting to fight. Barrio Shin is dust. A tough one. Yeah, do you want to bet the guy that doesn't want to be there, or do you want to bet a guy that has no chin? It's a tough one. Dude, it was brutal. I mean, Dustin Stoltz was not knocking out anybody. I went back and watched that last night. Like, it was like Barrio was out cold. It was bad. It was bad. Des Moines, Iowa's base. Maybe we should go with D-Rod then. All right, let's move on to the co-main event. Bo Nickel, Rene de Ritter. We got Nickel minus 350, de Ritter plus 285. I like Nickel here. I think it's a good matchup for him. I think he will come out here with a great game plan. I know people are hating on him for the Paul Craig fight. That was a phenomenal game plan. That was a very smart. That showed that Bo Nickel has good fight IQ, because if you guys know anything about Paul Craig, how does Paul Craig win fights? Well, he gets beat up on the feet. He flops to his back, or his opponents take him down, or he gets knocked down. See, he ends up on his back, right? And then he throws up a triangle, and he gets a come from behind. It's happened so many times. That's how Paul Craig wins fights. More often than not, it's his opponents going into his guard and getting subbed. Bo Nickel came out there with the game plan of, hey, I'm not going to give Paul Craig his only path to victory, and I'm going to strike with this guy for 15 minutes, and he 30-27 him across the board. Was it an exciting fight? No. Did he lose all his hype? Yes, but that was a smart game plan, and I think he's going to come in here with another smart game plan, which would be, kind of the same thing. I mean, keep this fight standing. I mean, de Ritter was getting outstruck by Gerald Meerschaert. It was ridiculous. I mean, he was making Meerschaert look incredible on the feet up until the end of the first round. Nickel, this guy's improving at a pretty rapid rate. This guy just started MMA not too long ago. Of course, he's wrestled forever now, but just started MMA not too long ago. And they're going to continue to see improvements. He's training with some of the best guys in the world. And yeah, I like Nickel here, and potentially even by knockout. I think an interesting way to play this fight is they have those double chances. The KO or decision for Nickel, I think, is a great look. Gets the money line down quite a bit, because I don't think he's submitting de Ritter. If he submits de Ritter, it's because de Ritter's like completely death gassed, extremely tired. I don't see him submitting de Ritter, but I could see Bo Nickel winning decision, kind of looking like the Paul Craig fight. Maybe he does get some takedowns and stays safe on top. Could potentially see Bo Nickel win minutes on top. So yeah, decision could be in play. And then also, I think a knockout's live. Like, de Ritter's been knocked out in both of his losses. This guy cuts way too much weight. He's I've seen him quit in fights before. So I think a nickel knockout could be in play as well. So yeah, KO or decision, double chance. Nickel by knockout, which that nickel by knockout prop has gotten hammered throughout the week. It's now like +1, still +180, I see, but yeah, it was like +225, wasn't it? Yeah, +225 at one point for that nickel by knockout. I think that's live this week. And I think he's going to want to potentially make a statement. Like, this guy, like, a lot of people talking crap about Bo Nickel after a win. That's how you know. That's how you know that this guy's, I don't know. It's weird. 30-27 across the board, and people are talking crap. I don't get it. We got my guy, Cody. Good luck tonight, Brady, and the boys. Good luck to you as well, Cody. Got to get you back on Wager Wars ASAP. Yeah, maybe maybe after we have a little break coming up, 1 week off, maybe something after that. Been very busy lately. Doesn't Bo have pillows attached to his fist? Not really. I mean, I'd like to see you take a shot from Bo Nickel, Melon, and you let me know. You let me know, Melon. Eat a flush shot from Bo Nickel, and let me know if Bo has pillows attached to his fist or not. This card is sketchy AF. I'm keeping it light. Yeah, it is kind of sketchy, but some spots are sticking out. The Ritter did look awful at weigh-ins. Yeah, I thought he looked the worst out of everybody. Good luck to you as well, Andy. If Paul Craig can take 50 plus overhands, I can take one. Fair enough. You got me there. All right, guys. Main event time. Cory Sandhagen, Deiveson Figueiredo. We got Sandhagen minus 450. Deiveson Figueiredo is plus 350. Yeah, I like Sandhagen here. I like him quite a bit. I think the money line, although wide, I think warranted. Figgy's like one of my favorite fighters, but it's like at bantamweight, I just don't feel like his style is going to translate at the highest level in the bantamweight division. Like, could he go out there and beat a Rob Font, a Marlon Chito Vera? Yes. But is he going to go out there and beat some of these, top 5 guys? I really don't think so. I really don't think so, because Figgy's a guy that, for one, isn't he like 37 at this, 37, maybe 38 at this point, getting up there in age for, the lower weight classes. And he's a guy that even at flyweight has always relied on big moments. This guy's landing about 2.5 significant strikes per minute, but he's had a ton of power, and he's been able to kind of get away with, being very low volume, going out there, hurting these guys in the flyweight division, mixing in some takedowns at the flyweight division. But he's going to be very undersized here, and I don't think he's going to have, I don't want to say the power, but I don't think he's going to be able to hurt a guy in Sandhagen who is just very durable, very tough. I think Sandhagen has the much, much better cardio. And then the biggest thing for me is I think Sandhagen just has a lot more activity on the feet, a lot more output. Sandhagen has a ton of volume, and he can push that pace for 25, whereas Deiveson, just a lot more low volume. I could see Sandhagen outlanding Figgy here, 2-1, maybe even 3-1 in terms of significant strikes. And I think for Figgy to win this fight, he's going to have to hurt Sandhagen, and I just don't think that's all that likely. I think he's going to have to wrestle Sandhagen, and I just don't think that's all that likely. So, yeah, I like Sandhagen here. Probably by decision. A late finish would not completely shock me, but I think Sandhagen gets it done, and I think he's a solid parlay piece this week. Figgy decision plus 800. That's probably how he wins, because I don't see him finishing Sandhagen. If he wins, it's probably like a greasy split. We should ask Valentin Woodburn if Nickel has pillow fist. Yeah, that was a bad knockout there. Card's so bad, I live in Des Moines and I'm not going. Whoa, that's wild, man. I think this card is going to surprise you, man. I think it's going to be good. Sandhagen 4-5 decision. I like it. Is there anything else to do in Des Moines? I don't know. I've never been there, but we should ask Choke Hold'em. What could you possibly be doing, man, instead? Sandhagen stops Figgy. Yeah, those 3, 4, 5 props could be interesting, but kind of leaning decision. The boring jab merchant wins the decision. Figgy is a washed granddad that will be drinking his food through a straw. I don't know about that. Jeez. All right. Regardless of the line, what would your 5 most confident picks be ranked 1 through 5? Number 1 will be Cory Sandhagen. Number 2 will be, and this is all predicated on him fighting smart, but Mason Jones. Number 3 would be Montel Jackson. Number 4 would be Jillian Robertson. And then number 5 would be Thomas the Train Peterson. Oh, I forgot about Bo Nickel. Dang it. Bo Nickel's up there too. Bo Nickel, I'd probably put him at like 4 or 5. Maybe I'll put Nickel at 5 and take out Thomas Peterson. Something like that. All right, guys. We'll do a quick recap and then we'll head out. Enjoy these fights. I can't believe the fights are starting so late, dude. Like, people have kids and some people got to wake up early tomorrow. It's unbelievable. But yeah, first fight of the night, Juliana Miller, dog or pass. I think Miller finish only is a good look. Miller sub, I think, is going to be live. I think she's going to attempt multiple. Sub props, interesting. Thomas Peterson, Dontel Mays. Peterson's money line's a little bit too wide for my liking, but I don't mind a sprinkle on like Peterson inside the distance. I think if you were to play Peterson, that's probably what you want to do. And then maybe like a live bet. Like if Peterson's not able to get takedowns for whatever reason, which I would be shocked if he didn't, but if he did it, then Mays is probably a live dog. Maybe look to live bet Mays, but I would also not recommend betting on Dontel Mays. Bolanos, Lee, I like fight doesn't go. I question both guys and their durability. Robertson, I think the KO decision double chance is very sneaky. I'm not sure she subs Marina. Marina's, for the one thing she's good at, other than striking, is that sub defense. And then Robertson, TKO could be in play. Bakaev, Loder, pass. Misha Tate, I like her. I bet her. -135. I think she has an opportunity to look like a massive favorite here with the right game plan. Mason Jones, Stevens. Again, if Jones comes in here with the right game plan, gets the fight to the ground, he will look this price tag. If he goes out there and strikes with Stevens is a very live dog this week. So we'll see how he approaches this one. City Smotherman, I think City finish only is a great look. City inside the distance is a decent look. Smotherman, although I think is a great skilled fighter, I do question the durability. I like Jackson quite a bit. I think he has multiple ways to win. I think he's a good parlay piece. D-Rod, Ponzi, pass. Nickel to Ritter, I like nickel decision or KO double chance. And then I think KO is definitely in play. And then Sandhagen, I like as a potential parlay piece. Somebody said the 4-5 decision. I think that's a good look. And then maybe Sandhagen late props, but I will not be getting to those. So that's what I got for this week. Any final comments, questions, or concerns? Then we will head out of here, guys. Della at plus money is free cheddar. I don't know. I still got to look into that fight. Bella lost rounds to Leon Edwards. What's your favorite dog for DFS? Dogs are tricky for DFS. I think it honestly would be, as nasty as it sounds, it would either be like Kwong Lee or Juliana Miller. And that just tells you how nasty it is for DK this week. Kwong Lee or Juliana Miller. Nasty. Would you stack the main event with a few or so options at underdog? I think stacking the main event on DraftKings and cash game is the way to go this week. In tournaments, though, I'm not so sure about that. Best dog, big Loder. Yeah, Loder could be a decent pump play, 6,900. All right, guys, I'm about to head out. Do me a favor, like on your way out, subscribe. Best of luck for UFC Des Moines, and enjoy the fights, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Later.